clarity on the COVID front.
We need more action, right? And we need to move fast.
The president lays out a plan to let FEMA run vaccination sites nationwide.
Well, we're going to, God willing, not only do 100 million, we're going to do more than that.
Colorado's governor wants to make the process easier so no one gets left behind.
We want a vaccine for every Coloradan right now. We need to get through these next few weeks and months.
And we begin tonight with breaking news on the COVID front. The state is getting ready for mass vaccination clinics, and they're planning a dry run this weekend at Coors Field.
The decision comes as the Biden administration looks to pick up the pace nationwide. The president says he wants at least 100 million vaccine doses given in his first 100 days in office.
Large vaccine clinics are one piece of that plan. President Biden is calling for some sites which could give out 6,000 doses every day.
We're bringing you team coverage tonight. Jessica Porter has the answers to your vaccine questions in just a moment.
We begin tonight with Denver7's CB Cotton with a look at what the mass vaccine plan could mean for you at home. CB?
Ann and Shannon, that's right. As you just said, Denver's first look at how a large-scale vaccine clinic will operate will be happening this Sunday here at Coors Field. UC Health will be hosting a vaccine site with the goal of giving 1,000 people the COVID-19 vaccination. Those people have to have an appointment, and that's the key here. To get a shot, you must have an appointment. So this Sunday's clinic will go from 8 to noon with a small break from 9 to 10 a.m. UC Health says the purpose of the event is to create a blueprint for other sites around the state to use going forward. Signs will be posted throughout the Coors Field parking lot to direct cars through various sections. Those sections including a spot to fill out paperwork and another to get the COVID-19 vaccine. But the first stopping point for everyone at the clinic will be an appointment verification zone where you must verify that you have one. UC Health explained their goals for this Sunday.
So our goal here is to be able to sort of design a flow and to test how many people we might be able to vaccinate and discover how efficiently this might be done.
Now, after people receive the COVID-19 vaccine, they must wait in a holding parking lot for 15 minutes to be observed by EMS before they're allowed to leave. UC Health says if this Sunday's event goes well, they'll be holding 2 more vaccine clinics for the 30th and the 31st with the goal of vaccinating 10,000 people in that weekend. Reporting live, I'm CB Cotton for Denver7.
All right, sounds like we might be getting started here. Thanks, CB. Let's continue our team coverage with Denver7's Jessica Porter.
And Jessica, the governor answered a lot of questions today. He also left a lot of people wondering why they haven't already gotten vaccinated.
Yeah, this has been a frustration for older Coloradans and those with serious health conditions, as many hospitals were not prepared to start registering those folks 70 and older. Well, today that changed.
Our inbox continues to be flooded with questions about where and when you can get vaccinated. Now every major hospital has a website and phone number for members and non-members to sign up. You will need to be patient for an appointment.
And if you are 70 and up, some will get called this week, some next week, some the week after. You will get the opportunity to get the vaccine.
The governor recently ordered the release of a supply of vaccines reserved for second doses. Many who got their first shot want to know if a vaccine will still be available for the second one.
We will have that vaccine for that person at that time. If need be, in those future weeks, if we have to, we could even reduce the number of first vaccines available in those weeks to ensure that there were enough second vaccines.
What about teachers? When will they get vaccinated? Some school nurses and health staff are already getting vaccinated, and teachers are next.
We moved teachers up from April-May timeframe to be at the very front of when we begin with essential workers after the most vulnerable are protected. Given the current supply estimates, the date is March 1st. We're hopeful if there's increased supply, it could be even sooner.
We've heard people with second homes are coming to Colorado to get vaccinated. Is that a concern?
The truth of the matter is that every state is in about the same situation with regard to availability of the vaccine. So you're not likely to get it anywhere quicker anywhere else, nor are people from other states likely to get it quicker here.
Recent data shows white Coloradans are being vaccinated disproportionately. What is the state doing to make distribution equitable?
We're aggressively taking this on. That includes the vaccine resistance that we face in communities of color. You saw these new campaigns that are being launched. It also includes making sure that we're taking every step we can to be in community health clinics, to be in underserved communities.
Finally, when will we get more vaccines? Governor Polis is working with the Biden administration to get answers.
I've seen, press releases from Pfizer that would indicate that they do have additional doses, that they need orders from the federal government to send out.
Polis says the state could vaccinate up to 5 times more people as they are now, but are limited by supply. Jessica Porter, Denver7.
Nationwide, only 2 in 5 people say they know where and when they'll be able to get the vaccine. This is according to a Kaiser survey.
60% of people say they don't know where or when to get the vaccine, and that includes about 20% of unvaccinated healthcare workers who say they haven't been given enough information. The numbers are worse for Blacks and Latinos. 2/3 say they don't know when they'll be eligible. And we can't stress this enough. No matter how slow Colorado's vaccine rollout feels, it is the gold standard among the states right now. We're giving nearly every dose that comes in, including 28,000 doses just today. 70,000 people have received both doses and are fully immunized.
Boy, a milestone today. The 7-day positivity rate for Colorado fell below 5% for the first time in months. It is 4.99%. It was above 10% during the worst of the pandemic. The lower the rate, the lower the spread, or the slower the spread. And one of the metrics for reopening counties is to keep that positivity rate below 5%. And don't let transportation stop you from signing up to get the vaccine. State leaders said today they're working with RTD and with Lyft to make sure everyone has a safe way to get to and from their vaccination appointments. And please keep your questions coming. We do our best to answer them all. 360 at thedenverchannel.com. And you can find our full vaccine Q&A by visiting thedenverchannel.com/vaccines.
President Biden is looking to expand COVID testing in addition to vaccinations. He's also promised $160 billion to help schools and universities open safely. President Biden's on pace to take more than 30 executive actions by the time his first half week as president is over. Today, he signed an order requiring federal contractors to pay a $15 an hour minimum wage. He's also moving forward with a path to citizenship for about 11 million people currently without legal status. Republicans are critical.
I was disappointed to see within hours of assuming office, the new administration was more interested in helping illegal immigrants than helping our own citizens.
The article of impeachment against former President Trump for inciting an insurrection, that will be introduced in the Senate on Monday. And just within the last hour, Senate Majority Leader Chuck Schumer said an impeachment trial will start February 8th. Now, we'll see. Republicans and Democrats will negotiate about the timing and format of the trial over the weekend. Both sides have expressed concerns. Republicans say it won't go anywhere since there are not 17 Republicans willing to convict Trump. Some Democrats believe it will waste time that could be used on COVID response.
Robert Gieswein was, quote, ready for combat when he participated in the Capitol riots January 6th. Today, a judge refused the Colorado man's bail, ordering him to stay in jail. Gieswein's attorney argued today he just got swept up in the moment. The judge pointed out Gieswein showed up in military gear and a baseball bat. He had an aerosol spray as well. Gieswein is due back in court Friday.
Colorado's seasonally adjusted unemployment rate jumped to 8.4%, and some out-of-work Coloradans are frustrated by how long it's taking to receive federal benefits.
We found out today they'll have to wait another week. As Liz Gilardi shows us, one woman says it is getting harder to hang on.
The one date in my mind that I'm thinking about right now is obviously the 29th, because that's when my cell phone bill is due.
Leanne Vickel cut a deal with her cell phone carrier and landlord. She's been unemployed for months and was receiving pandemic emergency unemployment compensation.
And I had an additional $4,000 remaining. I should have made it through the end of March.
Unemployed Coloradans like her are waiting on the state to issue federal benefits. Earlier this month, Colorado upgraded to the MyUI Plus system, but it was only available for regular claims, not pandemic unemployment. Now the state is promising to roll out those benefits in phases starting late next week.
We're trying to also prioritize exactly how we roll out these phases to ensure that it's the shortest amount of time possible for each specific type of group that is impacted.
But it means some people will continue waiting. If a person exhausted their pandemic unemployment benefits and is seeking an extension, they will be included in phase 2. Since Leanne hasn't exhausted her benefits, she hopes she's part of the group that will hear from the state next week.
How can you just leave us out here with no benefits, no information, no resources.
The state is also taking steps to address fraud holds placed on 140,000 accounts. Ever since that upgrade to MyUI Plus, Juan Campos says he's been locked out.
Yeah, I've called numerous times, and like I said, nobody's of assistance to kind of help me out or even send me in the right path. I've asked if I can reach out to anybody, and they just say, no, you just got to wait. I don't know what to expect. I'm not receiving any source of income at the moment.
Anyone with a hold on their account is being asked to contact the Colorado Department of Labor and Employment call center. People with holds will receive a link to verify their identity, but as these new systems are rolled out, some are growing impatient.
Days are like years for us right now.
Liz Gilardi, Denver7.
I'm meteorologist Stacey Donaldson. The National Weather Service issuing winter weather advisories for most of western Colorado for our next storm. I'll let you know how much we expect for the Denver area coming up.
The new year didn't bring the bump in business many gyms needed. They're eager to rebound and pushing for help.
Our plea the whole entire time has been exercise is essential.
And the Mega Millions jackpot just became the Mega Billion. What you need to know if you're looking for a last-minute ticket.